All right, everyone. I think sorry about that. All right, everyone. Thank you again for coming back. Um, so I must have missed. So I can take those questions. And Rushdi, I added you. Ranjit, I added you. Um, all right. So Ranjit finally joined. Hey, Ranjit, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Give me 1 second, and I'll add Neha also, and then Rushdi.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Rushdi, how are you? Congratulations. All right, let me get Neha Pai. Neha, somehow there's a problem. Raksha. All right, so Neha is here too. All right, great. If you guys can mute yourself so that there will be less background when you're not talking, just unmute yourself when you're talking so that will be easier. All right. Um, all right. So some of the questions are: what's the right time to take oral mock exams? I mean, as students mentioned, last month will be great for oral mock exams. When to get mentorship? I'll ask you these questions. Ranjit, tell me when should they take mentorship for written part and then for oral?
Sir, for the written part, I would recommend at least 3 to 4 months before, like when it starts initially,
Okay.
because some students are taking really near to the exam and it doesn't help much because they have a lot to catch up.
Yeah.
So
So 3 to 4 months
whenever,
before the exam.
yes, because the classes are usually one class per week, so it's gonna take a long time, and you have a lot of content to study according to your mentors.
Okay.
And it is just the same for the oral as well. So it's like at least 2 months or 3 months before the exam so that you have enough time for your improvement and to cope up with all the things that you're not very good at.
Yeah, that's true. Um, okay. All right. So Roshni, tell me, um, how long will it take to complete complete like to be fully ready? How much time did it take for you to like complete and pass?
So I started my preparation from August, but
August.
yeah, and I think that till Feb I was like okay that I'll be able to give the exam.
Okay.
Though what happened is I was working, so I took off from Jan. So from Jan and Feb completely I was studying full time,
Okay.
but before that I was working.
So from August to February, like 6, 7 months, and that's
Yes.
pretty much. And I think I agree with you. I mean, that's minimal. Anybody needs 6 months. Anything less than that, things can go wrong. Like you will
Yes.
end up stressing too much, and then your brain will not catch up everything. All right, great.
Yeah.
Neha, right? Neha, let's talk about your preparation. How much time do you think you spent preparing for this exam?
I, I would say 6 months, six to
Six
seven
months.
months.
Okay, and that's
Yeah.
written and oral both.
So actually, sir, I had already cleared my written in September PC written, but I was not eligible to give the OC because of the new Ontario rule change.
Okay.
And hence I had to opt for the CPT. So instead of waiting and again going for the OC, I decided to go for the CPT.
CPT.
And
Okay.
I spoke to you, and then you told me that Feb is doable and you can do it. So
Okay.
written, I was already like I was confident about the written. November onwards, the when the November batch started for oral, that is when I started my oral preparation.
So tell me about
So
your you passed the written PC and you
yeah,
passed CPT written. What do you think about
yeah.
this written part? Like what has changed? Not the question, but basically what is different?
More or less, I wouldn't say it has changed drastically. Apart from the media questions, the concept is the same. Those are all applied questions. If
Huh?
your concepts are clear, be it CPT written, be it the CPT written component or the PC written component, the concept is the same. It is not going to change. It
Okay.
is just uh, I would say I had to practice a little more with respect to the media component questions because those were not a part of the.
Yeah. The PC exam. Okay. All right. So let me come back to you, Ranjit. Ranjit, like you spent good amount of time preparing for this exam. Now, there's always a fear, and we want to understand like how do we improve for the oral part because students are afraid for the oral part. How were you practicing, and what are some of the strategies that you were like applying regularly, and that was like really really helping you?
So the most important thing that I would like to mention here would be that I always try to attend all the oral classes that were going on with StudyBuddy
Uh-huh.
and try to participate as much as possible. Because if you try to talk in front of the audience and participate
Uh-huh.
you will be able to get more feedback from the teachers and the students, and they can help you with
Yeah.
improving where you are going wrong. Because if you keep trying practicing by yourself, you won't even be able to find a mistake by yourself sometimes.
I mean
So
that's good. That's a good thing you mentioned, and especially like I mean that kind of environment of like 60, 70, 80, 100 people, and then that fear to come and talk in that many that big group, that automatically, and then when you listen to your own, oh, what was I talking about? You're going to watch the lecture. I think those small things makes a difference. So don't think about what others are thinking, what
yes,
you're answering, but maybe it's a good way of practicing.
yes.
Apart from that, okay, they should come and talk in the classes. What else should they do?
So I think whenever you're talking about any topic, you should be more confident and take less pauses in between. So because you get time to think before you start answering, right? So
Mhm.
your answer should be a bit composed and try to improve that part. So if
Okay.
you're more composed and there are less pauses, you're more confident and you're able to give your answer in a really nice manner.
So how will that
Sometimes
happen? Like
it,
because that can take time. So how do we
yeah.
make sure that we don't pause?
Yes, so it is again, as Mehul sir, my mentor, said that you should keep recording yourself and keep practicing with your group partners, whoever is in your group, as he had made different groups of students who could like practice with each other.
Okay.
So practice makes a man perfect. That's a good saying. So the more you practice, you'll
Yeah.
improve
So you were
eventually.
practicing like live in front of your partner, like
Yes,
on call.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So
And
that's
also recording myself whenever there were a lot of cases that were given by StudyBuddy on the portal. So
Mhm.
I picked up some random cases and started recording myself and
Okay.
giving myself appropriate time, just like that happens in the exam. You get 15 minutes, 4 minutes to prepare.
Uh-huh.
Maybe at the beginning, you take more minutes to read the question
Okay.
and then compose yourself. Sometimes some practices might be really bad, but eventually it really improves and really helps.
More and more practice. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's good to know. Now, did you take mock exams?
Yes, I did. But I just took one because I didn't give enough time. Like I took
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
really close to my exams, as Mehul sir said that you must. And thank God that I took it. I took his advice, and it
Uh-huh.
really helped. I think Dhruv was my examiner. He
Yeah.
did a splendid job in giving me the feedback, and it really
Okay.
helped. I knew what was going wrong. I never mentioned about the consent part in any of my questions in the mock exam. And he
Okay.
said that not even a single question you mentioned that you should take a consent. Because I
Okay.
just thought it's not in the question, it's not necessary mentioning, but how important it is,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
able
Yeah.
to point that out, and it really helped.
Yeah. I mean, that's good to hear because a lot of things. It's not that you don't know how to take consent. You know it, and it's not that you don't know many other things. But it's just that like the purpose of these exams is like how can we miss things? Yeah, come on, how can we miss things? And that is going to help in the main exam. So that's good strategy. I think if Dhruv you're listening, I mean, good job. That's great. Apart from that, what else do you think? How does mentorship help? Like, what difference does it make for the oral part?
So for oral part, actually we really don't know what happens like in OCE, like in the earlier exams. They were able to help them and they knew what is the possibility of the question that comes and how you need to answer. Sometimes we just give our own answers, but they really guide us, like
Okay.
what's wrong in your answers. If you are
Okay.
speaking too much, if it's too less, if it is out of the context that you are speaking, Like the mentors are able to find out your mistakes and make you more composed at the
Okay.
correct time.
So, do you think that helps significantly?
Yes, absolutely it does. Because if you're doing it by yourself, you have no clue what's going on. And
Yeah.
they have experience from so many years, right? And they
Yeah.
are able to guide us in the correct path.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, in my experience, I've seen like mentorship makes it easier because you get to know the person if you can.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get it. It
No,
was
so
wrong.
that's sorry about that question was for Rusty. Rusty, tell me about your oral prep. Like, how did you make it happen? What things worked in your favor?
I would say the oral component mainly you need to explain yourself, and whatever you are explaining, it should be understood by the examiner. That's the main goal. So for
Okay.
that, what I was doing the regular practice with my study partners. So we used to at least practice 2 to 3 hours. I even took mentorship of Mehul sir. So in his class also he was like pushing us to answer the question in front of 7 to 8 people. That helped a lot to build a confidence,
Okay.
and then beside that, the mock test works excellent to
You
build
took
the
the mock
confidence.
exam too?
Yes, I took all the 3 mock exams, and
Okay.
that worked well.
That was helpful.
Yes, that was definitely helpful because the thing is that you have to sit for 2.5 hours giving that mock exam. After 3 stations, you feel exhausted. So
Uh-huh.
that builds an endurance, and that is really helpful when it comes to the real exam.
Yeah. Okay. All right. If I ask you, what is something that like helps with the mock exams? I mean, endurance is definitely one thing.
Yep.
Like, and examiner's feedback is also the other thing.
Yes.
But if you practice a mock exam, how is that different than practicing question by yourself?
So we'll be practicing, like when we are practicing with the study partner, we used to keep timers, but sometimes it happens like that the case is little bit difficult, we will enhance the timer. But when you give the mock exam, you have to stick to the time. If you are not able to answer, it will be skipping to the next question. So this way it helps to exactly manage the time. Also the interface is exactly same as that it will be in the CPT exam. So this way it
Okay.
helps, like when you are giving the exam for the real day, then it won't be something new that you will be facing, so you will be a little bit prepared and confident on the exam day.
Do you remember your examiners? Who were the examiners?
uh, I uh, there was Anupama ma'am, and I don't remember the exact names of all the three of them.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay, that's great. So, once again, I'll tell you guys congratulations. It's like you guys should be very proud, and it's like anything comes with hard work, right? So nothing came that you guys did not get lucky. It was tremendous amount of hard work that you guys put in, or anybody puts in to pass these exams. Like they are very, 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 very hard, and with all the effort it needs and all the dedication it needs. So you guys should be super proud of yourself. Um, Moving forward, I'll say stay in touch with us, and probably one day you guys can, like, once you have some more experience, clinical experience, you guys can be our examiners too. We are always looking for help, and good luck, and do visit us sometime. Maybe we can meet sometime in Toronto.
Sure,
Uh,
sir. Thank you so much.
all right, guys, I'll let you go, and then let's
Yeah.
see if we have. Thank you again. Congratulations once again. Let me see if there is another question.
Thank you.
Um, Okay, I think there's a question. What's the right time to take oral mock exams? So, Rushdi, you took 3 mock exams. What do you think is the
Yeah.
right time to take oral mock exams?
So I gave my first mock exam in early Feb, second in the mid of Feb, and the last one around like just 5 to 6 days before the exam.
And do you think that's better, or you should have taken early, or that is fine?
No, I would recommend this is a good time because we actually started the preparation for in the end of December or mid-December for the orals. Till then, we were preparing for the written. So this was the best time because we were completely prepared, and whatever the feedback they gave, that we incorporate in the real exam.
Okay. Okay. That's great. That's great. How many months of studies you recommend? Mm, that's 6, 7 months. That's, I guess. How many examiners are in the oral exam? The one that we conduct, we have one examiner. That's what we can afford. Otherwise, the exam will be more expensive. Congrats to all CPT passed and the register. Okay, that's great. So I'll let you guys go. Enjoy. Thank you again to both Ranjit and Rushri, like, for your time. Um, let's stay in touch. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Congratulations once again. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. All right. So let's see if we have our instructors, maybe, or Raksha. Maybe Raksha, if I can send you an invite, Raksha, if you're here. Mm. And in the meantime, if you guys have any questions, feel free to throw in your questions. When to start mentorship? Once the written lecture is done, should we start oral lecture first or written mentorship first? Oral mentorship starts usually more close towards the exam because then you'll be taking oral mock exam more when you're near your exam. And written mentorship starts early. So take written first and then take oral. All right. More request. All right. So we have, okay, let me add the mentors. Give me 1 second. I think we can only have 3 people at a time. Let me have, and then Kiran, I'll add you after this. Um, right, so I think I added. Hey, Mehul.
Hey Ankit, how are you?
Hey, Vrinda. Um,
Hello everyone. Hi Ankit.
and I think, I don't know if Ankush is able to join. Kiran, I'll send you the invite. Start. Okay, Ankush is here. So Kiran, I'll send you invite after this. Okay. So guys, congratulations. It's like a big achievement. And then you guys heard like how mentorship made a huge difference. Um, what do you guys think? Like what's I'll start with you, Ankush, that students are preparing for written part. What do you want to tell them? Like what challenges you face with students, and how can you, like, what can you tell them so they can avoid, and what difference can you make in mentorship? Like why should they take mentorship?
Okay. First of all, a big congratulations to everyone, to all the instructors and students. Um, I think since the exam started this year, one of the major question everybody start putting across was there was a fear of having two component on the single day, written and oral. So everybody was thinking how we can previous version where you have a different exam. I had only one strategy, very basic thing that I've been suggesting everyone is try not to focus on the component right now, but try to prepare about the topic. For example, make sure that you know everything about frozen shoulder, what is required for the exam. Now, if you're so good with the frozen shoulder, now you can write down the essay also. You can literally down the written exam. And if you're so good about frozen shoulder, you can also answer it in the oral part as well. So make sure the topic's so good, prepare it from the basic. So then you get more confidence about the topic because the ingredient will remain same. It's not like you have to prepare different frozen shoulder for the oral and different for the written part. It will remain same. So I think that
Okay.
is helping them a lot. And uh, if you prepare written so well, your execution for the oral becomes much easier. It's
Yeah.
gonna be the smooth journey.
Okay.
The strategy is practice questions, and questions will let you know where exactly I'm strong, where exactly I'm weak, and I'll work on the weak area. Come back again, solve the questions, and read again.
Okay.
That's
So I want to know, I'm
follow.
curious. So I'm curious that I mean, they can do question practice by themselves, right? How is your mentorship making a difference? I mean, it's helping them pass. What is different? There's definitely something different that's happening, and that's changing things in their favor. So, what do you think? Like, what is that part that you're able to provide?
So when I assess them, when I do a lot of questions on the challenges that we have in the mentorship, so through every questions and all, we get to know, okay, because a lot of people they say, okay, I've done this topic and I'm pretty sure about this topic, and then I ask them questions from a different perspective, and then they
Mhm.
start thinking, okay, this could also be the answer. So there's not one set of answer for every question, but you need to think about that particular situation, let's say ethical
Mhm.
scenarios, and then you need to think about different perspective also. So
Yeah.
that's where I help them, like, not to have one answer ready for everything,
Mhm.
go, but I prepare them for different situations, and then you choose what has been asked in the exam, and then you
Yeah.
choose the answer accordingly.
Okay, that's good. So that's you. So what Ankush explained everyone that part is very important. Like you can practice questions by yourself. Okay. Now, question is not gonna question you again and check. Oh, can you? If the question gets modified, can you? Are you able to think? Because there are thousands of questions available. You can practice by yourself, but that doesn't mean your brain has grown up. And I believe what Ankush explained is like by testing, asking a student like a slightly modified question, it helps him understand is are they on the right track, are they able to think, and it helps students also understand that no, I've been like memorizing, I've been like trying to memorize answers, like no, I need to change the strategy. So I think that's where the mindset changes. But that's great, Ankush. So let me go to Vrunda, I think, and Vrunda is our oral mentor. And again, Vrunda, back to that question, like the result has been amazing. I think your student was here. um Dhwani, who was that?
Maitri
Maitri.
was.
No, there was one more in the beginning. Was it Maitri? No, there was. Anyways, but that's fine. We can figure it out.
We have two Maitris, I think. Yeah. So she was a
Okay.
Maitri. Yeah.
So, Vruda, like how, like what she mentioned, I remember was when they had questions, they'll reach out to you and then they'll discuss. What do you think is helping them in mentorship?
Mhm. So I think what I understand since the 7, 8 years of helping students, every student is different. For example, Maitri, she never worked in Canada, no idea about ethics and all. So she always have fear and questions that, ma'am, what happened in this situation? Because in India is a different ethics than Canada.
There's no
So,
ethics.
yeah. And then when they start practicing, mentorship helps because we are there 24 by 7. They
Yeah.
literally text or reach out. And when we reach out to them and solve the doubts immediately, and that calm their mind. Uh, and also, oral mentorship is like a small batch. So we individually assess everyone's performance, everyone's weakness. So
Uh-huh.
initial class is more about evaluating which area they are weak. Some students are amazing in communication, but
Yeah.
still they fail in the communication. So they said, ma'am, how can I fail? Because you
Hmm.
didn't verbalize documentation. So communication is not only speaking fluent English here. It's about
Yeah.
how you will be communicate with the patient, with other healthcare professions. So I think understanding the domains, what include in each and every ethics domain is very, very important.
Uh-huh.
And students who are understanding that, they will never go fail. So
Yeah.
sometimes student doesn't know what communication means. It's not about talking fluent, but it's about all the important aspect of the communication, such as documentation,
That's
when
great.
patient is over, like, stressed out, how you are communicating, because it's
Okay.
verbal. We have to say, I will maintain my calm approach, I will be doing this. You have to verbally say that. So
Yeah.
sometimes those practice, you need mentorship, and there is no book for that. You will
Yeah.
only get
Yeah.
from experience
Yeah.
mentors,
But
I guess. Yeah.
yeah, like Mehul and Vrunda, they have been working in Canada from like 24. When do you guys pass your exam?
2019.
2019. And how about
Yeah.
you, Mehul?
2018, I guess,
So
2017, 17, 18, yeah. Don't
yeah,
remember
so that
actually.
lot of like this system, like communication and all those things, collaboration, that comes with experience. Like student, you cannot like read in a book. or we cannot like practice a multiple choice question and now you're like suddenly a best in referral. It doesn't work. Like in, I think in one of the class, one of the student asked that how do I prepare the discharge criteria where a patient will go? Well, patient will go depends on what that patient situation is. He can go home, he can go nursing home, he can go assisted living, he can go anywhere, and there's no rule. Like, and that's when the experience comes in. So I think oral mentorship adds that part, which people don't have now, especially now with CPD, they don't have any work experience, and even if they have work experience, that's mostly PTA. So I think that part is very important. That only you guys can add. And again, definitely easy. Other thing is like correcting them how they talk. That's also secondary. But the major part is like they need to know a lot of clarity which comes from you guys. So that's good. Mehul, I'll come to you. And Mehul, you had a lot of students who took exam, and then many of them, majority of them passed. So Mehul, what is their weakness? What is the biggest challenge these students are facing?
So one thing I'll tell you about the common thing, they are very scared to speak.
Mm.
Even though they know the stuff that what they have to verbalize, sometimes they are very scared to speak in front of. Sometimes they just say like, sir, I'm speaking amazingly in front of my exam, my study partner, but I don't know what happened when I have to speak in front of you. Like I become blur, I blank, I scared. I was like, okay, whatever's going in front of me, there is a high chance it will happen in your real exam, because in your real exam there will be two examiner,
Mhm.
and you have to face the that
Yeah,
fear,
yeah.
because that will make a huge difference. Because if I messed up in my real exam, that is like I can be failed. So it's
Mhm.
better to cope up your stress right now, understand your strategies. Once you do practice a lot,
Mhm.
you will feel better day by day by day. Even when I started, like in my live classes, in my first classes, I gave advice to start speaking in front of the mentors. Right now, all the instructor who are taking the oral classes start
Mhm.
speaking in the main classes. So if you are taking the mentorship, and of course, in a small group, more personalized attention will make a difference when you
Mhm.
speak in front of the one particular mentor. A
Mhm.
lot of things Vrinda has already explained that how the mentors can help you out, but it can calm you down. Like, oh, somebody's judging you, somebody's giving you the personal feedback where you can go, how you can improve. Each and everyone has a different kind of strength, different kind of weaknesses. But one thing common initially, I would say they have fear of speaking, even though they know what to speak.
Okay, yeah, and that's true. Now, how are you making difference there? Like that fear part, and I think I know the answer. Like they have already given, but what do you think? How are they building up the confidence? Because
Um,
they already know the content. So
yeah.
how are they fixing the fear?
Um, I make them more scared, to be
You make
honest.
them more.
No, no. To be honest, I try to calm them down. At the same time, I give them a different kind of stress that okay, I will be there for you first of all. And any mentors, we all mentors, we wanted them to achieve what they are coming to us, right? They want to pass the exam. So we try to give them a different kind of reality check. Okay, this is what is going wrong,
Yeah.
and whatever they know, once they start verbalizing, the most important things in oral part is how you are verbalizing your answer, how you are presenting yourself in an organized way. One thing can be answered in so many different way. How you are rationalizing your answer, how you are utilizing your own skill, own format. You have to understand that, and then you have to verbalize those things, whatever been asked in the questions, and with the multiple like a different case study, different questions, evaluate differently, making different notes and personalized feedback. Of course, it made a difference in their preparation, and gradually I can see the difference. They are verbalizing, making sure they are, if they are taking the mock exam, talking to the mock examiner sometimes, talking to them after their mock exam about what went wrong, how did you do it, what's your score, and how you can improve more in your next mock exam if you are taking. So those all things making difference in their preparation actually. And I know for sure they are going to pass. And if not, then I have to tell them the truth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know what I realized is a lot of time when I'm doing my thing by myself, like writing, like practicing questions or practicing oral, I think I'm good because nobody's telling me if I'm bad. But once somebody can evaluate me and tell me, that's when I know yeah, that he is right. Like I'm doing that bad. Like that's not right. And that's when I improve. That's when I improve. So I think those feedback, because we cannot uh, perceive those things or get those feedback by ourselves, and that's when you need, like, okay, somebody need to find out the mistakes and give us the direction. So I think that plays a big major role. All right, so I'll let you guys go. Let me have Kiran in, and unless you guys want to add anything specific.
I want to add one thing. Like for the oral part, I would suggest, like in a written, of course, we have to choose the one right answer, right? And but oral, the one answer can be given so many different way, and that is not going to be the complete wrong or complete right answer sometimes. But the answer can be explained so many different ways that you can be a half right answer, and once you finish your answer and then mentor can provide you the feedback, okay, you missed out this part, so probably the answer was half right and probably you will get the half marks. And if you can add those things, then your answer become more complete. So that kind of feedback is given by the mentor instructors, so that is making a difference into the oral preparation, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, I think that feedback part is making really making a huge difference.
Mm.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. All right, so let me have Kiran in, and I guess I'll let you guys go. But if students, if you are preparing for the exam, and we have Ankush, he's a written mentor, Vrunda and Mehul, they are clinical or oral exam mentors. The reason we have two separate mentors because two people have like different expertise. If one person will do both, that's not expertise. Okay, I can teach muscular neurocardio, that's not expertise. Okay, if I do one thing, I'll do a better job. So, and that's why we have two different people focusing on specific areas, and that is making a difference. So I mean, before you join to mentor, I mean, the mentors are very popular, they're already very known, so they don't need my introduction, but or any kind of appreciation. But I'll say, talk to students, talk to their students who took mentorship, and then you'll get to know what is game changing, because mentorship has been game changing for every single student. Nobody will say that the mentorship there was any problem. Even if they fail, they know that things can go wrong, but they know how to improve that. So you guys can reach out to our mentors directly if you have any questions. Yes, I mean, mentors only take students if you're a part of the StudyBuddy class. Once you're in the class, then written mentor and oral mentor can take you directly. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you again. Cheers. It was a great result. Um, yeah. Let me
Okay.
have her in. Kiran in. Kiran,
Okay.
I'll send you the invite.
Just before signing off, I just want to say one thing is because a lot of students approach instructors, mentors, and all, and they're confused about like, should we read all the books and all? My one suggestion to everyone is because if you have enrolled with StudyBuddy, make it simple. Just go through the lectures. Don't worry about the books and other material because that will be a lot of confusion. And books has plenty of material which is not required for the exam also. So
Yeah.
one suggestion, just stick to the lectures and then solve questions. I think that will make your journey much straightforward and easy. And
Yeah.
then you can refer to the books if it is required. That's all. So
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's great. So we have Kiran here. I mean, when to take mentorship for written after completing all lectures? Well, I mean, if you join the classes early, that's good, because when you join the class, we give 1 year access. Okay, and 1 year access means even though you're not 100% ready on day one, you can be ready. Like maybe you're not 100% ready to prepare on day one, but maybe you can prepare after 3 months. But starting class early is always a good idea, because that way you'll know what goes on. like what is happening, how are others, like who are the students. I mean, you'll meet more than 100 200 students who are, I mean, we have a pretty big class, 100 200 students. Not everyone goes for the exam like every time it happens, but it's pretty big class, and it's very easy to find study partners, very easy to find people who can speak your language, who can communicate, and a lot of mentorship help. So all those things make a huge difference. So I'll say start classes early. Or written mentorship. Let me ask you, Kiran, when should they start written mentorship?
Hello, hi Ankit. Hello everyone. So I'm Kiran, one of the mentor of CPTE StudyBuddy. So Ankit, I think after finishing the written class lectures, let's say for example, if they join in right now, it's April, right? So I think they will take around 2 months to finish all the classes. Once they finish the class, they know like what is the basic core of this exam concept, topics they know. Then they join the mentorship. So mentorship classes help them to think more like CPT exam, because in our classes we are not teaching, because our instructor already teach every concept in the class in detail, so we are not teaching things in our classes. We help them to think, if the concept comes under any practical or situation, or under if they ask any case under any practical based scenario, if they give you, so you know like how you can deal, or what you can do first in this situation. And they give you very very close options, so you should have exact idea what you're going to do first as a physiotherapist if the situation come in your own practice. So now our written part and oral part both is like they are asking you practical based questions.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
giving you direct basic questions, right?
So,
So
so
those
what Kiran meant is, the classes, lectures, they'll help you with the basics and foundation and thinking. What mentorship does is like how to get the questions correct, because um, that part is important. When a question comes, you should be able to like eliminate option, get the right one. Um, it gets more precise and more concise.
exactly.
So yeah, that's great. Yeah, Kiran, go ahead.
Yeah, so in the when they watch the lectures, let's say for example, if they watch shoulder lectures, so they know like what is frozen shoulder, what intervention we can give, how we do the assessment and everything. But let's say in the like exam, if they give you the scenario in which they give you very very close options, right? And you are not able to find like what you will choose in this case, so those things actually will get more improved in the mentorship classes, because we can give them like situation and scenario, like what you can do. Obviously in the exam na, they give you very important keywords in the question, so those skills will be
Yeah.
get more improved in those mentorship classes. We practice lot of questions in our classes, so this is like more help you to think like the CPT, CPT
Yeah.
written exam. Yeah,
Yeah, I think mainly, as you mentioned, like the specific options can be tricky. Some keywords,
exactly.
getting the options correct.
Yeah,
That's the whole goal for the written part. And
yeah.
Kiran is like, I mean, Kiran is one of our oldest instructor, and pretty much everyone knows Kiran, Naz. And I think you guys know her. You can reach out to her. She can guide you. She can give you an idea, like when should you take the classes. I mean, so she's there from a long time, and she has a lot of experience. So I mean, you guys can reach out to her on Facebook or Instagram, and she can definitely guide you guys there. And at least maybe start following her, so you know, like, okay, her students are passing, so you guys can reach out to her students and talk to them directly. All right, so we have a student. I completed my bachelor's in 2012. I really feel difficult where to start. I joined the Fab batch. Can you please guide me? Um, so like, I'll quickly mention Feb batch. What you need to do is one lecture a day. Okay, finish one lecture a day. One lecture is 2 hours. That's the minimum that you can study. Okay, so stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself 2 hours, one lecture a day. Let's get it done. One by one month, like 1 week will pass. 7 lectures done. 2 weeks, 14 lectures done. If you just 2 3 hours a day keep putting, in 2 months you're done with the lectures. Now what you need to do is lectures or some practice questions, whatever we do, or quizzes we do, done. Now what you need to do is, okay, let's get mentorship. Now, if you ask me why should somebody take mentorship, mentorship costs like 300 Canadian dollars. Okay. And I can guarantee you, oral mentorship, written mentorship will help you guys 100%, like maybe 200% to raise your score for that $600 that you're spending both together. I'll recommend you to take both written and oral. 300 for the written, 300 for the oral, 600 Canadian dollars. Your exam cost $2,500. $600, it's pretty much a blessing. I don't think mentorship should be $600 for both of them because the kind of things you guys get. Okay, so I will strongly recommend take both of them. Take it once you're done with the lectures. Once you're done with start with the written mentorship, because written mentorship starts early. They'll like kind of make you focus on the important things. After that, take the oral mentorship, that feedback, and after that, mock exams. Mock exams will also cost you like $600 to $700 if you take all three mock exams. Yes, it does cost money, but trust me, it's better than losing the $2,500 in the
And
exam.
again, attempt is also very important, as we
True,
only have
true.
3 attempts. So it's better
Yes.
if you give your first attempt as a final attempt and go and pass the exam. So do whatever you can do for this attempt, because once you pass the exam, then life is completely changed,
Yeah,
right?
and then
So
once you pass the exam, making this $2,500 is not a big deal. It's like
exactly,
in two
it's
weeks
just like in
or 10
2
days.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you can make
exactly.
that kind of money. It's not a big deal. But yes, make sure you're ready. Otherwise, there can be like Sanila is
Yeah,
here.
don't
Sanila, I
go
think she took
without.
all three mock
Yeah.
exams. So Sanila can vouch for it. Like what? Like I did not know what her examiner gave her the feedback and small things they give. Those things give you confidence. So that's why you have an assurance that yes, my $2,500 that I'm giving CAPR, who's like judging me and giving nothing, giving the license. So
And again, if you go for the second attempt or third attempt, it's again you are under the pressure of the attempt, and obviously when you are under the pressure, your performance will be get affected. So it's better to just give one and final attempt and pass it. That's
yeah,
it.
and then in that, whatever it needs. So I'll strongly recommend take a class, take both mentorship, written, oral, take all three oral mock exams. If you count the cost, total cost comes out to be overall around $2,000, $2,000 to $2,500, everything together. That 99% guarantees to a huge extent. There's no guarantee. I'm not writing on a paper. Again, it depends on your effort. But if you ask the students who did all of this, what was their success rate, and maybe then decide if you should invest money or not. But I'll strongly recommend not to miss any of that, unless, like, I think we had a student, Mayathi, she had a wedding, she could not take the exam, or other people. But all these things are very important for your progress. Give me one
And
second.
also, when you give the mock exam, so if you do anything wrong or if you make any mistake, or if examiner will recognize you, you never forget that thing. So it is very less chances you're gonna repeat the same thing in the final exam. So that's why mock exams are important, because you know like where you are lacking, what is your problem. I give you my example. When I was preparing for those exams, I always stuck in between right and left. In the question, if they give right, when I verbalize or when I practice, I always forget the side.
Yeah,
So my examiner always tell me, oh Karen, this is your problem. So I start working on this little thing. But it's obviously, if you are saying wrong side, obviously it's not look in front of the examiner. So those small things help you to improve
yeah,
yourself. And
and yeah, like you guys can ask yourself when you take written mock exams. Okay, like before you take the first written mock exams, you are bad. And after you repeat multiple mock exams and you have been exposed to those mistakes, after 4 or 5 exams, you're good. The difference happened because the questions came and you're like, oh, how to answer these questions. Then you improved yourself. So these
exactly.
mock exams make you improve yourself. So
Yeah.
pretty much you're paying to the examiners who are going to help you improve yourself. So that's the whole idea. All right. So Kiran, talking about your mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hazim was here earlier, and I believe he was your student.
Yeah.
So, and I think Ranjit is also here.
Ranjit,
So,
Ruti, Maitri, Hazim. Yeah, I think 90% student pass this time. Whoever take my mentorship in February, out of 2017 student cleared this time, and mostly are the first timers. So
okay,
they passed the exam. So they never gave PCE before. This is the first time they appeared and they passed. Yeah. So Ankit, I start my mentorship as already we are also some like have a thing like CPT is a new exam, so that's why I really give my 100% to my students, and I start my mentorship by mid of November. So in the mentorship program, I make a plan in which we're going to review everything 3 times before the exam. So in first 2 months we finish our whole like a whole content we reviewed once, and then after my students giving start giving the mock exams, right? And then at the time when we start our second revision, at that time they enroll with oral mentorship. So second revision of written and oral mentorship. So at that time, I make the schedule for them in which they can give few hours every day to the written part of the exam and 7 to 8 hours to the oral part, because they need to practice more in the last 2 months, right? And then in the month of February, 3 weeks, every day I take the class with them and we discuss only question answers. We review everything again in the last 3 weeks. So those 3 weeks are kind of a game changer for my student.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I think
Yeah.
the you got like some students already referring you in the group. Chandandeep Pahe. So, Kiran, apart from that, and Kiran, you're pretty old. Like you're old, not old means your age. You're old means your like mentorship you has been like pretty from long time. What changes are you noticing in the exam first, and then in students' preparation? What changes you have to do from PCE to CPT?
Okay, so as you know now, the pattern is little change. Before we don't have any media enhanced questions. Now, like in the PC exam, we have 200 questions. Written exam was separate at that time, but now CPT is the whole exam in which they will test your oral and written both parts, right?
Mhm.
So now we have 100 questions. In out of those 100 questions, 80 questions are same scenario based questions that they used to ask at the time of PCE. Those questions are not much change. They ask more like scenario based questions.
Mhm.
The scenarios are lengthy. Now they are giving the whole, the 2 paragraph scenarios. Before they were giving 3 4 lines, but they give hard questions. Hard
Okay.
in the sense the concept is same, everything is same, options are very close. So if you don't have an idea, and if you don't have a question solving skills, if you're not good in the question solving skills, then maybe you miss something in the question, important keywords, and then maybe you end up with the wrong answer. So this is the
Okay.
thing. But
Okay.
the 20 media enhanced question is the something that is very new, because in the previous Canadian exams they don't ask any video questions, image based questions, conversation based questions. Now they ask video questions. They will give you kind of a video and ask you some questions related to that. They give you images, and also they will give you the conversation between the patient and the therapist and ask like what assessment you what diagnosis you can make after doing such kind of assessment. So those things are new, but we are very updated. We already add those kind of questions in our mock
Kiran, if you can
exams.
adjust your camera, I think it's the face is
Oh,
cutting. For me, I don't know, maybe, or for others, yeah.
now it's okay.
So that way they can see you. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, so conversation like therapist and therapist is performing some kind of examination, and then they ask like what is the assessment or based on the examination or diagnosis. So those questions are kind of new, but we already updated our written mock exams and we add those kind of a questions. So if the students who enroll for our classes, they get, I think, 5 to 6 mock exams, and if they practice those exams, they get idea like what media enhanced questions they're going to ask. And also in our mentorship, we can practice all these kind of questions with our students. So definitely they can. And this time also, most of my students, they score 700 plus marks in the written part, so it's actually helped them to score 650 plus marks in total.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. That's great. All right, let me answer some of the questions. Now, we have Sardarni asking when to take mentorship. We're giving exam in September. So when to take mentorship, written and oral, both. Okay.
Okay. So let's say if you once you finish the classes, then you can contact to the written mentor. One is me, Kiran, and the other one is Ankush. And then you join the written mentorship after
Like
6 weeks.
when can they like her exam in September? So when she should
September.
start
Okay. So for September, we're gonna start in June end.
June end. So they should
Yes.
reach out to you guys before
Exactly.
June. Yeah.
Yes.
So you reach out to them before June so you guys can register because they do get
Yeah.
free.
But you can
Okay.
do early registration as well. We have a separate group, so if you want, you can register earlier also. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And then oral mentorship will be like
After
2 months
6 weeks,
before.
so it will be by mid of July.
Okay, that's great. Now, Elvin has a question. Elvin Hirani has a question. I'm currently enrolled with CPT Written, still preparing. Want to know if the oral mentorship are available every 2 months. They're not available every 2 months, but they're available before the exam,
Before two
two
months
months.
of the exam, yes.
And I think if Mehul and Vrinda is there in the chat, they can answer that more specifically. But it's
We
always a
can
good idea
mention the
to reach
dates
out.
for this year on the Insta or our Facebook page, so you will get exact dates like when we start mentorship for written and oral for all the upcoming exams. So I think
But
it will be get cleared.
But you should reach out to mentors directly also.
Yes,
Maybe you can
yes,
ask them
exactly.
directly,
Yeah.
like what's going on. Again, if you're part of the written, then only they are going to take you. Or if you're not part of the our classes, they don't accept non-study students because they are occupied with our students already. Now, Ankita is asking, is video played just once or multiple times? You can repeat the video. There's no problem with that.
Yeah, you can repeat multiple times. Yes.
I've done my BPT in 2016. How to start my journey in Canada? Well, Simran, journey is take a step one. Again,
Yeah.
I don't know if you're in India already or if you're in Canada. Take the first step. First step is credentialing. So get that paperwork done and submit it so that they can like process your file. And then as things, once they approve you or once they ask you to go and do the ethics course, get it done from University of Alberta or Toronto. And then once they approve you, before they approve you, I'll recommend you to take the classes before they approve you because then probably you'll have enough time to prepare and get the exam done as soon as they approve you. So take the step one, which is credentialing. All right, Dusty is asking, I'm trying to take the exam in October. When should I take mentorship for oral and written? So, like Kiran mentioned, for September it will start in July. For October it will start
August.
in August. Okay, so
Yeah.
reach out to her in August. Similar, just start the credentialing. Okay. Any other question, guys? So Kiran is there. You guys can ask her directly. Any other question? And maybe if Ankush is there, he can also join for the written part. But I think we are good. Oral mentorship starts 2 months before your exam. Yes. Yeah, Mehul is
Or
here.
when you are under the written mentorship, then your written mentor also guide you, like when you join the oral mentorship classes.
Amit, you're not. Amit, I think if you just send a request, I think I would love to have you. Just send a request, and I can have you here. Maybe you can share something that, uh, because with your wisdom and experience, when oral classes can we join? I mean, we are starting. You can join any time. You can start if you're short of time. You can start with the recordings, and the next batch starts in May. So,
Yeah, by
you can do
first
that.
week of May. Yes.
And for August exam, Hansi is asking Kiran, for August exam, when should they take written mentorship and when should they take oral mentorship?
Okay, so for August, you can join from from next month. Yeah.
Which is May. Okay.
Mhm.
And for that's
End of
written
May.
mentorship and oral mentorship for August, that will be at least um, June, July.
So
I'll
by
say reach out to the mentors in June and they can book the slot, but they can give you the date so that you don't end up missing
oral
it.
will be by mid of June, and written will be start by first week of May. August batch. Okay.
Raksha, yes, mentorship lasts only for that period of time, 2 months approximately. Um, Kripali neuro classes will just start like in a regular batch. Um, Once I take mentorship, is there a deadline? So mentorship is more like small group teaching, and that lasts for 2 months, 2.5 months. So it's recommended to take it before your exam, not like 6 months or 9 months before the exam. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So at least you can approach to for the written mentorship 3.5 months before the exam, and for oral 2 months before the exam.
yeah, I don't know what happened to the camera. Suddenly everything changed. But anyways, I think we can call it a day. Oral, and I believe I don't know if Amit is still. Amit, maybe you need to update your Instagram. Maybe I can have you in some other live. Um, right, oral classes and oral mentorship is different. Yes, oral classes is different. Oral mentorship is more small group. And you guys can reach out to Mehul. He's there. He's our oral mentor. Oral classes can be a big group where we teach content. Oral mentorship is like they give you feedback, like how to speak, how to get your answer correctly. Before that, what preparation should be done from? Hence, you get the lectures done. And I believe you're our students, so you just get done with the lectures. Chehal Prab is here, Kiran. Kiran ma'am is the best. That's great. Is there any combination for written and oral mentoring? Combination means like both together. No, we don't have both together. Now, written mentorship happens separately because keep in mind, written mentorship is more focused towards getting your multiple choice questions right, teaching you about the keywords, connecting the keywords with options, eliminating options. It's a different skill, completely different skill. Oral mentors, what they do, they make you talk, like make your answer more structured answer, more concise, more clear, something the examiner can understand, and then give you a feedback that, okay, you're talking too fast, you're talking too loud. Not loud is a problem, but you're like talking things that is irrelevant. And then what's the right answer? So that's oral mentorship. So very different. There's nothing combination. Both of them are being done separately. I have taken
Actually,
CPT.
why we are giving the written mentorship first? Because obviously, when you start oral mentorship, if you don't know the content, how you gonna verbalize, right? So written mentorship, you revised condition multiple time, so you know like what you need to verbalize. Let's say, for example, if they ask you about any assessment related question or any examination related question or any intervention related question, so you know the content at least, right? So that's why we start written earlier, and then after we finish at least our first revision, then we ask the student to join the oral classes so they know the content. Ankit, you are not audible.
I think I should be good now, right?
Yes,
Yes.
now you
Okay.
are audible.
Yeah, I think Prab was appreciating me. I was just saying that the Prab was saying that I teach good in cardio because I mean she felt that now she appreciated you. The Kiran is the best. Now she thought that she had to tell something about the sir also.
No,
So
no, Ankit,
she just said like
Ankit is
cardio.
best.
So Prab,
uh, I,
I never heard the cardio was the best part. So you're the first one that came under pressure. Huh? But anyways, we can call it a day, or you can also make your own groups. So like Ranjit has some good feedback, and you know what, like these students who passed, they can give you something amazing that we cannot. Like
yeah.
a student goes through that journey, a student practices 100 multiple choice question a day. We don't. So student has a different strategy, some unique strategies that only they know. I passed the exam long back. Um, so I won't be as quick as these students in answering those questions. My expertise is okay, just teach them content. Kiran's expertise is to teach them about like how to find the unique things, keywords. Our other mentors like Ankush, Mehul, Vrunda, their expertise is to like make you speak. So everybody is like doing that one thing which can help you pass. Now the exam is definitely more expensive, so it adds cost, but I can guarantee you that mentorship expense is not at all an expense. Trust me. That thing, everyone must take both written and oral, and on that mock exam, all three of them. Right. I would agree with the Chehel that cardio is also awesome, as awesome as you do with MSK. That's great, Toral. Thank you so much. Like people just criticize cardio, so I think because I mean I teach cardio at University of Delaware. And if you guys go on Google News or US News, that they released a new ranking. The number one school in the United States is University of Delaware back again. So I know the content. But anyways, I'll let you guys go enjoy. And you guys have a great night. And by the way, it was amazing for us also. Like we had Biden. I shared the picture on Facebook and Instagram. We had Biden stop by in our lab. Um, and now you know what, we miss him. You know how messy things are, and now gas is expensive. Everything is so expensive. So we are like, now he's the best person. But back in the day, everyone hated him. But anyways, you guys enjoyed. Thank you again for staying till the end. Um, and old students, new students, thank you so much for all the love and for all the mentors who make it happen. All our mock examiners, like we had like Johika, Dhruv, and so many of them. I don't have the name on top, but it's the team that makes it like successful. Okay. So if you have questions, you guys can reach out to any mentor directly. They can answer your questions. You can reach out to students also. You can reach out to us also via email. Our email is info@ptstudybuddy.com or pcstudybuddy@gmail.com or nptstudybuddy@gmail.com. You can get the answer or directly reach out to mentor. Mentors can also give you like amazing thing what you should do. But yeah, that's it. Stay in touch. If you have any questions, reach out to us. But good luck. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you, Kiran.
Nice. Okay.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Ankit. Okay. Bye.